A $15,000 raise just added $250,000 to the amount you need to retire. Most people who get that raise will end up working 3 to 5 extra years because of it. Not in spite of the raise, because of it. I know that sounds backwards. It should. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how that math works, and you'll know the one decision that separates people who build real wealth from people who just earn more of it. That decision takes about 5 minutes, and the best time to make it is the week you get a raise. To understand how a raise can make you poorer, we first have to throw out the way most people think about income entirely. Here's the default assumption. More money coming in equals more money to retire on. It feels logical. It is not automatically true. A raise only builds wealth if the gap between what you earn and what you spend actually grows. Income is a flow. Wealth is what you keep. A raise that gets fully absorbed by new spending doesn't move the needle. It resets it. Here's the part that really stings. Every time you permanently raise your lifestyle, you do two things at once. First, you remove the money that could have been invested. You lose the upside. Second, you raise the amount you need to have saved before you can ever stop working. You add to the target. Lifestyle inflation doesn't just cost you the raise, it charges you twice. Once on the way in and once on the way out. The reason this double charge is so brutal comes down to one force that works for you when you invest and silently works against you when you spend. You've heard of it, but probably not framed like this. Let's start with the good version. Compound interest works like a snowball rolling downhill. The bigger it gets, the faster it grows. Take $875 a month invested at 7% for 30 years. 7% is roughly the inflation-adjusted historical average return of a broad index fund, something like a total market ETF. Not guaranteed, but a solid long-run planning number. You might expect that $875 a month for 30 years gives you around $315,000. What you actually get is over $1 million. Every dollar you invest earns returns, and then those returns earn returns. That's the good twin. Now here's the evil twin. It's called the 4% rule, a widely used retirement guideline that says you can safely withdraw 4% of your nest egg each year without running out of money. What that means in practice is that your retirement target isn't a fixed number. It scales directly with your spending. Whatever you spend per year, multiply by 25, that's roughly what you need saved. Spend $40,000 a year, you need $1 million. Spend $50,000 a year, you need $1,250,000. Think of your lifestyle like a thermostat. Every time you permanently turn it up 1 degree, you don't just pay a higher bill this month. You've reset what normal costs forever. And your retirement target is the total bill for keeping that thermostat at your new setting for 25 to 30 years. Let's run the actual numbers, because once you see this on paper, it's the kind of thing you cannot unsee. Meet Maya. She's 28, earns $60,000 a year, and lives on $45,000. She gets a $15,000 raise. Her new gross is $75,000. After taxes, roughly 30%, that raise puts an extra $875 a month in her pocket. She has two choices. Path A, Maya upgrades her apartment, picks up a car payment, eats out more. She spends the full $875 a month. Her new annual spending is $55,500. Multiply that by 25 and her retirement target is now $1,387,500. Her old target was $1,125,000. She just quietly added $262,500 to the amount she needs to retire, without writing a single check. Amount invested from the raise, 0. Wealth built from it over 30 years, 0. Path B, Maya keeps her lifestyle exactly where it is and invests the $875 a month. At 7% over 30 years, that grows to roughly $1,060,000. Her retirement target stays at $1,125,000, unchanged. She is essentially retirement ready from this one decision alone, on top of whatever else she was already saving. Same salary, same raise, a $1.3 million difference in outcome from one decision made once at age 28. Now the numbers are clear, but numbers alone don't change behavior, stories do. So let's follow Maya through both paths and see what this actually looks like in a real life. Maya is sharp. She works in marketing and just got the promotion she'd been grinding toward for 2 years. She calls her mom, she texts her friends, she deserves this, and she knows it. The raise feels like permission. In Path A, at 28, she moves into a nicer apartment, $400 more a month. She leases the car she'd been eyeing, $275 a month. She eats better, goes out more, upgrades a few things here and there, another $200 a month. That's 225 absorbed. Life looks great at 32, still good at 38, comfortable at 45. She gets more raises over the years, invests some, spends some, but that first lifestyle reset became the floor. Every future raise got measured against a higher baseline. At 58, she sits down with a financial advisor and runs her retirement numbers. She needs $1,387,500. She has $890. She's told she needs to work until 63 or 64. She's frustrated. She made good money her whole career. What happened? Nothing dramatic. No crisis, no bad luck. Just a thermostat turned up once at 28. In Path B, Maya keeps the apartment, keeps the car. The day the new paycheck hits, she auto-invests $875 a month into her index fund. Before she can see it, before she can spend it. Life looks about the same at 32. A little quieter, maybe, but she doesn't feel deprived because she never had the $875 in her spending account to miss. At 58, the $875 a month she started investing at 28 has grown to over $1 million. That's before every other dollar she ever saved. She retires at 58, comfortably, on her own terms. Both Mayas worked just as hard. Both got the same raise. The only difference was what she decided the raise was for. So if the math is this clear and the story is this stark, why does almost everyone still take Path A? There's one psychological trap at the center of this, and it's sneakier than you think. It's about reference points. When Maya gets her raise, she doesn't compare it to her investment goals. She compares it to her colleagues, her social circle, the apartment listings now in her price range, the car she's been told she should be able to afford. The raise feels like a reward, and spending it feels like cashing in that reward. There's a deeply human logic to it. The problem isn't the desire to live better. The problem is when living better means permanently raising the floor instead of building the ceiling. And here's what makes it sneaky. Lifestyle inflation is almost never one big decision. It's 12 small ones that each feel individually reasonable. A slightly better apartment when the lease ends, a car upgrade when the old one needs repairs, a gym membership, a streaming service, a nicer grocery store. No single decision feels like a mistake. The pattern is the mistake. The reframe that breaks the trap is this: the raise is a reward, but ask yourself, do you want to spend this reward once or have it reward you for the next 30 years? Investing the raise is enjoying the raise. It just pays out later, and it pays out enormous. You didn't earn the lifestyle upgrade. You earned the option to buy it, or to buy your freedom instead. That choice is yours. So how do you actually do this, especially when the raise is already in your account and the apartment listings are already open on your phone? Here's the exact playbook. Step 1, the 48-hour pause. When a raise hits, make no permanent lifestyle changes for 48 hours. No lease signings, no car tests, no new subscriptions. Just let the number exist. This one pause interrupts the automatic permission slip response before it takes over. Step 2, run your own hidden retirement tax calculation. Takes 5 minutes. Take your monthly after-tax raise, multiply by 12, then multiply by 25. That's how much you're adding to your retirement target if you spend it all. A $500 a month raise after tax becomes $6,000 a year. Times 25 equals $150,000 added to your required nest egg. Now you know the real price tag before you decide. Step 3, the 50-50 rule. You don't have to invest the entire raise. A sustainable middle path: invest at least 50%, enjoy up to 50%. On Maya's $875 a month raise, that means $437 invested, $437 spent. That $437 a month at 7% for 30 years still grows to around $530,000. You upgraded your life and built serious wealth. The raise was both a reward and a wealth builder. You just split it intentionally instead of by default. Step 4. Automate before you acclimate. The moment your new paycheck amount is confirmed, increase your 401k contribution or set up an auto transfer to your brokerage or Roth IRA by the invested amount. Keyword: before you acclimate. Once your brain normalizes the new number as just your income, investing it feels like a cut. If you automate first, you never feel the adjustment. Most 401k systems let you update your contribution percentage online in under 5 minutes. Step 5. Revisit your retirement target annually. Current annual spending times 25. That's your number. Track whether your invested assets are growing faster than your target. If they are, you're winning. Now let's zoom out, because if you apply even one piece of this, here's what your financial life actually looks like in 10 years. Imagine you've applied the 50-50 rule to 2 raises over the next decade. Nothing dramatic, 2 raises, 2 intentional splits. You've invested roughly $437 a month for 10 years. At 7%, that's grown to approximately $76,000. Not retirement money yet, but it's real money. It's optionality. It's the ability to take a lower stress job, move cities, take 3 months off, or weather a layoff without panic. More importantly, your retirement target hasn't ballooned. You haven't silently added hundreds of thousands of dollars to the finish line. The finish line is still reachable, and you're moving toward it with every paycheck. The real payoff isn't the number, it's that you're not on a treadmill that keeps getting faster. A lot of high earners are, you won't be. Here's the one sentence I want you to walk away with. Every permanent lifestyle upgrade is a hidden retirement tax, and the raise that funds it doesn't build your wealth, it raises the price of your freedom. You don't have to be perfect, you don't have to invest 100% of every raise forever. You just have to be intentional once at the moment the raise arrives before the lifestyle adjusts. That's it. One moment of intentionality applied consistently is the entire difference between Maya's 2 futures. If this math surprised you, if you didn't know that spending $875 a month could silently add $262,000 to your retirement target, there's a good chance someone in your life doesn't know it either. Share this with them. This is the kind of thing that changes how someone thinks about every raise they ever get. And next video, I'm going to show you what happens when you apply the same framework to a car payment. The numbers are even more surprising. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the one thing you'd invest a raise in if you committed to the 50-50 rule? I read every single one.